What are you doing?
Primal resetting, bro.
Why?
Got a problem with it, bro?
Yes.
Too bad, bro.
What's going on?
Oh, no. What is going on?
We're doing everything primal today. Primal resetting.
Oh my gosh, I'm so uncomfortable.
It's only uncomfortable if you make it uncomfortable.
You know what though? My neck is truly uncomfortable.
That's
I haven't been doing enough head nods.
Welcome to the Critical Match channel. Coach Brian here with Coach Chris.
Yes.
We're having a little fun today, giving you the 15 must-do primal reset moves that's going to return your body back to its baby state. These are the moves that you're going to integrate as like the foundation, the base work of everything that is good about movement. So think about, I mean, how do you refer to it? Like,
well, it's just all the movements that we start to do as babies, as infants, learning how to move.
Right.
And that is what really keeps the body healthy and moving the way it's designed to move. And you know, obviously as we age, we move less and less, and we don't move in all these different movement patterns.
Yeah.
And what happens? We get stiff, we get pain, we get muscle imbalance, we get all these problems associated with it. So what we need to do is go backwards and reset ourselves.
Yeah, so we're gonna start in no particular order. These can be taken into a full workout of 15 exercises by themselves. You can just make a nice little flow here. You can choose bits and pieces of these 15, build your own routine. However, you wanna use these prior, like as a kind of like a pre-workout. Make an entire workout based on these. Like say for instance, if you're dealing with some back pain, these would be things that you would do pre-workout so you get that back, you know, feeling pretty good, and then you go into your strength, your stability, and good stuff like that.
Yeah, this heats your core temperature up. It primes the body for, you know,
it makes you feel good.
Physical performance.
It makes you feel really good, and if you're short on time, you know, go through this pretty quick. I mean, 15 exercises, you can fly through this pretty quick, or you can extend it out and make it as long as you want.
Right.
So we're gonna start off with two hollow exercises, a hollow hold and a hollow rock. The hollow hold, I'll go ahead and do this.
Yes, please.
So the hollow, what did I say first? Hollow hold or a hollow rock?
Hollow hold.
Hollow hold, okay. Actually, it's kind of, yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, hollow hold right here. And then if you want to throw in a little bit of rock.
Yep. So one's static and then one's more active, okay? But both are really stimulating. You can see Brian's really stimulating through his trunk.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. He has his arms extended, his legs extended. He's kind of in a banana shape.
I'm tucking my tailbone back. That's going to create that nice vacuum in that stomach, because I don't want to be here. I want to be here.
Right.
And then once you can hold this, then you start rocking as one unit from the foot, the feet, all the way to the hands.
It's just like a rocking chair, just like that bottom curved wood on a rocking chair that just has a nice gentle back and forth rocking motion.
Yeah, the next one would be, once you've mastered that movement, you love doing the hollow rolls, which would be the second exercise. So the hollow hold, hollow rock, it's kind of like one and the same, but then the second exercise is that hollow roll.
Yeah.
And this is the one that I don't like doing this because it throws off my equilibrium. I've had vertigo numerous times. This is one of those ones that, like, I could probably do it, but I don't want to necessarily do it.
Yeah.
And then you're an expert at this. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, for me, luckily, it hasn't impacted or affected me to that degree. But you know, when you see kids, they always want to like go on a hill and roll down a hill, right? I was just on a trip not that long ago. My son and daughter found a hill and rolled down, and for them, it's just fun. And it should be fun. But what it does is it takes that hollow hold or hollow rock, and now you're really adding that extra motion to it, but all the while you're trying to stimulate
and maintain
the arms and legs off the ground and propel yourself with your trunk.
Yeah.
And whatever distance you roll one direction, make sure you roll back, kind of unwinding yourself. But if you do get dizzy or you do feel a little bit uncomfortable with that, then maybe that would be one to, you know, pull out of the equation, at least.
Yeah, if you want to scratch that, let's move into the next one. These are all types of forward crawls.
Yes.
You could probably come up with, I know we've come up with, you know, dozens of these types of crawls. But like the most basic crawl is just a baby crawl, or some people might call it like a bear crawl. I mean, it's as simple as it sounds. You know, get on all fours and you're just crawling.
Yep.
Like right here. Forward, backwards,
And you can even go side to side kind of. You can just do sideways motions with it.
You can do at the same time. So you're kind of getting some proprioception work, some coordination. Now the bear crawl, all you're doing is picking up the knees. So you're just,
so notice Brian is really, now he has to really activate his trunk more and his thighs a lot more, because his knees are just hovering above the ground. So the bear crawl, this is a traditional bear crawl, is usually done for distance or time, and that is honestly one of my favorite exercises that we do here often in our workouts. You could do it with an ab wheel too if you really want to ramp things up. Hold an ab wheel and do it.
We've actually done these with an ab wheel, but you can also put mini bands on your wrists, on your knees to engage even a lot more of the musculature involved with that. So any type of crawl, I love crawling. We don't do it as much as we should.
Should I show him the commando crawl?
Yeah, do that one. That's a great crawl.
So commando crawl, my mic should hopefully be out of the way. So what you want to do with a commando crawl, get down on the belly, okay? And what you're doing is you're doing that offset movement, just like what Brian was. He moved his right arm with his left leg. So commando crawl, you're kind of looking up and you're just above the ground, pulling yourself, just like you're under the barbed wire. The gun fires overhead and you're just crawling on your belly, just like so. And that is truly one of my favorite crawls as well. And it looks kind of easy, but that's how babies, right, are learning how to move their body. Once they start to rock and start to roll and crawl, then they start to really, now the mind-muscle connection is really happening, and they're waking and stimulating all these muscles.
And again, you can pull a sled behind you. You can have a sandbag thrown in. Any type of crawling is just great for the body. So the next one is kind of like a lateral crawl / sprawl. I showed you like that slow crawl to the side, but I like throwing in like a little bit more like of an animalistic movement. So you're here, and then all of a sudden you kind of like.
Oh yeah.
Like almost.
It's almost like a baseball shuffle in bear position.
A bear position.
Yeah.
I'll go back this way. Just something like this.
Just like kind of like what you would see like a gorilla, or the way like a chimp and stuff. They walk with their arms. Yeah. And which is really cool though.
That's a little bit more like. A little bit more like getting into it.
Kind of like you were in the beginning.
Yeah, a little bit more like going with it, like feeling with it. Speaking of feeling like it, we need to talk about metabolic stretching real quick before we move on to the next. So I developed a program called Metabolic Stretching, and it's pretty much compacting weight loss and flexibility training into one awesome at-home routine. If you want more information on learning how to do that program, go underneath this video. There's going to be a link that's pinned in the comments section. Click that link and get more information about that. And we utilize a lot of these movements into like a nice weight loss / mobility flow.
Really fun dynamic movement that'll help you lose weight.
Let's get back to it. So now we're going to kind of go way back. Let's talk about walking. Walking is one of those exercises. It's a movement that a lot of people just neglect because we sit all the time, and a lot of people just don't go for extended periods of time walking.
Well, we take it for granted how helpful and productive it is. Yeah.
When you think about it, as a baby, you go from on your belly, tummy time, then you go from rolling over, then you go from sitting, then you go from crawling, then you go sitting up, and then standing, and then what do you do next? You walk. Right. So it is a movement pattern that is inherited through birth, but there is a sequence of events. So when you walk, there is a chain of events taking place. Obviously this is like the Neanderthal, like Buddy the Elf kind of thing, like this, like what I'm talking about.
The Sasquatch video.
But when you're going for a walk, you really want to emphasize the movement. Get in a good arm swing. Yeah. Keep your shoulders back, your chest up, open up the rib cage. Get a good leg extension out there, or hip extension. All the good stuff that integrates glutes, your hips, your quads. It's a primal movement that anybody can be doing. So if you're not walking regularly, there's so many health benefits associated with walking. Lower stress and all that. It's not glamorous. It's not fun. And speaking of not glamorous, the next exercise is marching in place. This is one of those exercises that is kind of awkward. If you see a guy doing this in the gym, if you see Coach Chris, doing this by himself in the corner, be like, oh, Coach Brian said it's a good exercise.
Hey, it's just walking without going anywhere, right?
The cool thing about this, now, if you really want to take it primal, you close your eyes, and a lot of chiropractors or
does feel different immediately.
Orthopedic surgeons, athletic trainers, and now what you can do is you stop marching with your eyes closed, you kind of shake it out, and then you get an assessment. I've had this done numerous times on myself. This is a great way for trainers to assess other people. And you look at discrepancies. You look at all right, that's his natural primal reset. So, obviously I'm not looking.
One shoulder's probably higher than the other.
You can open your eyes now.
Oh, I can. I didn't know you were so close.
No, but marching in place is a good way to reset the body, kind of shake things out. You're like, all right, I feel pretty good. After you march a couple seconds, your joints are lubricated all throughout the body. And then, it's march in place for 30 seconds, kind of reset, and then go about your business.
Yeah. But look at any culture where walking is definitely done more. And you look at, in general, the quality of health in that culture. If you're more mobile and you're doing more walking, you're just going to be a healthier person. I think that just translates to overall health and wellness. So.
Yeah, so speaking of walking, I want you to take your fingers, walk on over to that subscribe button, tap it, or click the mouse so you're subscribed to our channel. You like that?
That was a good one, Ryan. Yeah.
That was a good one. So moving on to the floor, let's go into dead bugs, bird dogs, some bear holds. These are, I also call these not just primal resets, but these are functional mobility exercises. Getting the body ready for movement. Let's go with the dead bug since I'm right here.
Yeah.
So Chris, you want to walk them through what this?
I'll walk you guys through this.
I like that.
Yeah, that was good, Brian. So the dead bug, you're just like a dead bug. You're on your back and your little appendages are up in the air. The idea here is that you are doing that cross movement. So the right leg moves with the left arm, reset, and switch. Right arm, left leg. So all the while, Brian has to fire and stimulate the muscles of the abdomen to kind of move in a very controlled manner. He's flattening his spine to the ground, right? And it's great too because it just gets you really connected to the movement. You have to think and focus when you're doing this. Once you do it a few times, it comes kind of naturally. Yeah, if you really ramp up the tempo, you can get a little out of whack.
If you want to mess with people that have never done that, or if you want to have like a mind trip, do that exercise as fast as you can, or as slow as you can too, because you're going to start being like, wait, I don't know which limb is moving. It's fun. I enjoy putting people through that one. Then the next one would be the bird dog, which is just the opposite. So flip on all fours.
Yep.
Same movement applies. You're still tucking in the tailbone.
Yep.
Tucking the chin in, reaching out. This is a horizontal movement.
Straight line.
And if you want to, go underneath.
Yeah. That's just an added feature of this is bringing elbow to knee underneath the body. So you're getting that terrific, you're connecting the left and right brain. Pulling elbow to knee, stimulating the core, really having to focus on moving well and getting full extension at the shoulder, at the hip, right? And it just looks good, it feels good. It's a great core exercise, but it's just a good overall movement to add into your workouts.
Real quick on that one, you want to keep your body as still as possible, except your limbs. You shouldn't be shifting side to side, bending,
twisting,
arching, arm, leg. That's all the movement involved. So next, we're going to stay in that same position. We're going to go into the bear hold and then the bear tap. Very similar to the crawl that you saw earlier. Any type of holds are great if you're able to hold them correctly and in the right position. So like a bear hold right here, you're going to hold this and tucking my tailbone in. I'm squeezing the floor with my hands, resetting all the good stuff going on in my hands and forearms. I'm even squeezing inward, getting a little isometric squeeze of the pecs right here. So I'm engaging a lot of musculature.
Show them what it looks like to do it incorrectly when it comes to pelvic movement. Right. So see, he's got way too much anterior tilt, right? So what you want to do is find that happy medium and then too much, see? So what you want to do is you want to find that middle ground where your back is flat as a table, your knees are hovering, and if you want to do any of these barefoot, that's always encouraged too, by the way.
Absolutely.
Anytime you can get out of your sneakers to do a lot of this is body weight only, we encourage it because you know, the feet are really crucial, right, to sending information to the brain.
Yeah, the next exercise we recommend, in addition to the bear hold and other types of holds, is just the bear tap. This is one of those exercises you can create as like, and put it in like a finisher workout.
Yeah.
You're going here and then you're trying to pick up the hand and foot without moving. Oh,
this can be a killer though, this one. We've done this in videos, in like body weight workouts, and this one will fry your shoulders and your abs, and even to some degree your quads, because just everything is firing, and it's tough to just hold that.
That's a lot harder than it realized.
It's the real deal. I love that exercise. All right, so am I going on my back?
You are. Pelvic tucking.
Ooh.
So he's tucking his pelvis. So he's assuming what we call the glute bridge position. You're getting ready for the glute bridge, but we're actually not doing any bridging in this particular position.
Right.
So what you're gonna be focusing on is tucking that tailbone back and then relaxing it back to neutral position. Naturally, through the course of sitting in a sedentary lifestyle, you know, even though we're all active, we're sedentary when it comes to proper mobility and mechanics. Resetting, when you reset the body to its current natural state, it's going to be in a anterior pelvic tilt position. So we're resetting it, trying to get it into more of a neutral position.
It's very subtle, but you can see that I'm trying to rotate my pelvis.
And for all those glute lovers out there, when you're doing glute exercises, you have to be in a posterior pelvic tilted position.
Yeah. So if I was going to do the glute bridge,
then you go
lift. So I'm going to activate the glutes better. Right?
Yeah. So a very subtle movement that you really want to pay attention to, just because, again, your hips are tight, your hip flexors are tight. We even have a program called Unlock Your Hip Flexors. You can learn more about that up there. But this is just one of those things that these little verbal cues, these little tips and tricks are going to only help you not only restore back to that primal state, but it's also going to take your gains and your performance to the next level. Right?
What's that? Yeah, of course. I mean, everything you say is gold, bro.
Gold? Nice.
You know it.
Now, going back to holds. Let's go into a forward plank, full plank, elbow plank, whatever you want to call it. This is one of those things where you can really focus on those hips, tuck the tailbone back. You know, well, I'd like to introduce people to what it really feels like what you had me do, Chris. Like you go forward position.
Yeah. So then you get all kinds, right? You get the what I like call like a pooch butt, where you kind of like pushing the butt up to the sky.
That's called the bike stand.
Okay, that's called the bike stand. Or you get the lazy butt. Yeah.
So you want to find somewhere like right in the middle. It's best to work with this if you're really uncomfortable in this position. Maybe set up your phone, take a snapshot, or have somebody take a picture of you, just so you can see what it looks like, because what it looks like and what it feels like can be completely different things. So, good, thanks, Chris. Now, side plank is another, again, primal reset, activating your transverse abdominis, which is often weak in most individuals. So again, tucking the tailbone, but this one, you want to make sure everything from the top of your head all the way down to your feet is in a straight line. Neutral spine, the hips are in a neutral position, slightly tucked back, because remember I just said they're commonly tilted forward. You want to make sure that they're pulled back. Top shoulders pulled back.
Just so feel that in the side of the body.
Flip onto the other side just so you even it out. Yep.
Stack the feet is best, but if you have to scissor, you can scissor.
Yeah.
But stacked is preferred, and keep that head in line with the body.
Again, these are resets. These aren't advanced moves.
Right.
Your body is gonna adapt to these moves over time, and you will become stronger, and there are more advanced exercises. But these are gonna be challenging. You might only be able to hold a plank for 10 seconds, but that just means we're resetting the body to get to the next level. Right. So we're almost done here. High plank with that march. I like this one. So
and just to reinforce while Brian's getting in the next position,
I like this one.
The main job of the abs is what, Brian?
Just protecting the spine.
Which is stabilizing.
Yeah, stabilizing the spine.
So yeah, I mean, it's good to do a lot of movement and flexion, but stabilizing exercises are
So this is that
key.
high plank march.
It's a great one. Doesn't look like a lot, but
I'm in, my tailbone is tucked in. I'm in a posterior pelvic tilt, extending the hips, firing those glutes, firing the core. Notice I'm not
Yeah, notice he's not lifting the butt up too high, he's not lifting the leg too high. He's got a smart position, he's got the tilt proper through the pelvis, and just doing, and you can do fast tempo like you see there, or you can do slow tempo where you kind of hold each leg for longer periods of time. Ooh. There's no right or wrong way to do it as long as the position's right. You can hold it for extended periods, whatever you want to do. But
you can make that a finisher. You can integrate it into your warm-up, however you want to do it. Next one, this happens to be the last one. So I call it a deep squat to a butt up.
Oh, I love this one.
This is one of those ones that it just kind of feels good. I kept this at number 15 because I like this one as kind of like the last one to cool down with. So you're doing your deep squat. You can hold this for a few seconds, rock side to side a little bit, get some crying going on in there.
You mind if I join you, buddy?
Let's go. And then all of a sudden you get that butt up and then back down. So you're rounding the back if you want. You can keep it flat back. But the whole idea is just to get everything from the front to the back to the sides, everything just moving. And there really is no time limit. You could do this for 5 minutes.
Right.
You can do it for reps.
You could do reps like this, so it's a little faster tempo. Or, hover down in pry position. I mean, you should be able to sit in pry for extended periods of time. And talk about really opening up the hips and just getting yourself ready for if you're gonna do a leg day, a squat day. That's one of the best things you can do.
Yeah.
Love that.
Hey, thanks for watching this video on the 15 must-do Primal Move Resets with Coach Chris and I. And at the beginning of this video, I share with you a little bit about my metabolic stretching program. If you want more information about that, go underneath this video right now into the comments section. There's gonna be a link that is gonna be pinned at the top. So click that and learn everything you need to know about how you can lose weight and become flexible in just 15 minutes per day at home. So also while you're down there, hit that subscribe button, drop us a comment or a question, and of course, share this video with somebody you know. Thanks for watching, have an awesome day.